Hi, welcome to P1 Engines. I'm Jesus Vasquez, and this is our shop. Here you can see we got our Go Racing magazine covers. Hear my son in the background. A few know, but some don't, that I used to race myself. These are some of my trophies. Back in 2005 and 2002, some Screaming Eagles and some Duffies. Got some other magazines that we've been in and just display them. And here you have my wife doing the paperwork. She's the one calling you up to get the money. We got our event calendar, always changing a little bit. And here you got the back shop. So basically the process starts when the engines come in, and people either bring them in or drop them off. UPS delivers as well. Once we get an engine, we bring it up here. We take a look at it. We take it apart. We use our ultrasonic here to clean the engine. Once we get a good look at it, normally we make a quote. We get with the customer and make sure everything looks good. Sometimes they want to add parts. Sometimes they have their own parts or something like that. We adjust the quote. Once the quote's approved, we then start to work on it. So you can see here we have our lathe and our hone. If your engine is in between getting worked on, it comes over here and gets on in a box and gets tagged. From this point, we take it and we start working on it. You come back here and you can see the dyno. This is our dyno room where we spend a lot of time. We do the break-in. We also do dyno tuning. It's a good tool to find out if there's any problems before the engine goes out to the customer, as well as finding out what kind of horsepower the engine's making to make sure that it's capable to win the race. We go over here. This is the controls. We control the lights and the fan. Exhaust coming in, exhaust going out. We also have on the water-cooled engines, we have a water pump that we control here. This button here, we start the engine, and this is where we run it. Back here we do shipping. We got shipments coming in daily and shipments going out. So we got the boxes there and our shipping department. That's pretty much it. That's P1 shop. Sure. Back in 1996, I ran into Troy Adams, which at the time was the manager of Adams Kart Track, which is our local track here in Riverside. Started doing some work for him, just doing maintenance on the school karts. Everything from teaching the schools to doing work around the track. And at one point, he got me in the kart to drive. And we worked out a scenario where basically I can work some and race some, and from that point started racing myself, as well as maintaining the school and doing the back shop and everything for them. And I did that from '96 to about 2002. Won a lot of local championships, won one national championship in '02. At that point, I got hired by a private team, which was, I went to work for Luis Martinez Jr., and we ran our own shop. Basically, I did everything in-house for him. Everything from the chassis setup to the engine stuff to the transportation, and took care of him from '02 to basically 2005. And at that point is when I really got into the engine building side of it, since I was doing all his engines in-house, and he was the only guy I was working for. I had a lot of time to do a lot of engine development, because I didn't have to deal with any of the public stuff. I mean, there were weeks that I worked on an engine pretty much all week, and that's all I did. From that point, at the end of that run, we ended up winning 4 national championships with my engines. We won 3 regional championships. At that point, Luis moved on to cars, and that left me with the equipment. So with the help of Luis Martinez Sr., we started up P1 Engines. And at that point, for the first year, I worked under him. And after the first year, he came to me and said, "Hey, you know, you're pretty much running the show. You're out at the tracks. You're the one doing the engine work. The only thing I'm really helping with is the paperwork. And you know, I'd like for it to be your company." So he helped me get started, helped me how to get incorporated myself, and I took over the business starting early 2007. And from that point, I've taken it from just local all the way to the East Coast, even some stuff outside of the country, and been able to grow it to what it is today. You know, winning is always great. There's different events that happen throughout the year. One of the biggest races of the country, which we all know about, is the Super Nationals, held in Las Vegas in November. And being able to win that in 2009 in both Tag Senior and Tag Junior, I felt was a great accomplishment, because it showed that I can also, you know, not only win at the local stuff, but win at the biggest race in the country. And even now, last year, we were able to win the 3 tag championships at the Pro Tour, which lead up to the Super Nationals. We were able to win Tag Masters, Tag Junior, and Tag Senior. So we were able to do that this last year. We do about just any two-stroke engine. We played a little bit with Rotax, but we weren't able to do the Rotax like we wanted it to be. So everything on two-stroke level we handle, from the kit card engines to the Comer 80s, the Yamahas, the KPVs, the tag stuff. The shifter stuff is another market that we haven't got into, because that's another market on its own. And at this time, we feel like there's still a lot of room to grow with even the tag stuff and even the stuff we do now. And so we just try to focus on that. It's already a handful of engines that we deal with, just like the list I gave you, as well as I left out PRDs, Rock TTs, the Leopards, and the Mini Rock, which has come in just recently, and it's taken off very well. Those are the engines that we service. The beginning of the year is always tough because there's a lot of different race series. We definitely know, coming myself from a racing background, we know how important it is to have the trackside support, being there to answer questions, help people. At the same time, you know, this is our business. We do this, I do this to make a living. It's tough to be at every single race and also be profitable, and at the same time, you know, accommodate everybody. So at the first of the year is always tough, like I said, because we try to attend most of the racing series, and then from that point kind of see who's racing, kind of see, you know, the attendance, the customer base, and then maybe 2-3 months into the year we start really dialing in on which events we're going to focus on. I could tell you for sure that we do the WK Manufacturer Cup, the new series, the US Pro Kart series. We're definitely going to be attending the first one. There seems to be a pretty good buzz on that. You know, your IKF Region 7, which is our regional series out here. We have a couple local clubs You have the SCUSA Pro kart race we just got back from this weekend. And then for our national series, which is going to be the Pro Tour, those are some of the events that we'll be at. And then as the year goes on, we'll be able to determine on whether we continue going or, you know, fluctuate on the schedule a little bit.